You will not be punished for your anger. You will be punished by your anger. This timeless wisdom from Gautama Buddha speaks to the inner struggles many of us face, how unchecked emotions can cause us more harm than we realize. Welcome to OM Wisdom, a channel where we explore profound teachings from Buddhism and Zen philosophy to help you cultivate inner peace, resilience, and a more mindful way of living. In today's video, we'll take a deep dive into Zen wisdom, uncovering principles that teach us to navigate life's challenges with calm and grace. By the end of this video, you'll not only gain insights into these teachings, but also practical tools to embrace a more balanced and fulfilling life. So make sure to stay with us until the end, as each principle builds on the next to create a transformative path towards serenity. Now let's begin with one of the foundational teachings of Zen Buddhism, the power of impermanence, a truth that holds the key to living a more peaceful and liberated life. Principle 1. The power of impermanence. Imagine holding a handful of sand. If you try to grip it tightly, the grains slip through your fingers, but if you hold it gently, it stays. This is a simple metaphor for impermanence, a core teaching in Buddhism. Known as anicca in Pali, impermanence reminds us that nothing in life is permanent, neither our joys nor our sorrows. Everything, whether it's material possessions, relationships, or even our emotions, is in a constant state of change. At first, this idea might feel unsettling. After all, many of us crave stability. We hold on tightly to what we love and resist change, hoping to keep things exactly as they are. But if we understand impermanence deeply, it can bring us freedom instead of fear. Why? Because when we accept that change is inevitable, we stop clinging so tightly to things. We stop trying to control what cannot be controlled. For instance, think about moments of disappointment or loss in your life. Maybe you were heartbroken or faced a failure that felt unbearable. Reflect on how those feelings, intense as they were, eventually softened with time. Understanding impermanence helps us realize that pain, like everything else, doesn't last forever. On the flip side, impermanence also reminds us to cherish what we have right now. When we know that moments are fleeting, we're more likely to savor them. Imagine enjoying a sunny day or spending time with loved ones. Instead of taking these moments for granted, the awareness of their temporary nature makes them even more precious. The Buddha taught that much of our suffering, what he called dukkha, comes from our refusal to accept impermanence. We want to freeze happiness in time or avoid anything unpleasant, but life doesn't work that way. By resisting the flow of change, we create tension and stress. However, when we embrace impermanence, we learn to let go of attachments and expectations, reducing the suffering they cause. Let's take an everyday example. Think about losing a job or failing in a relationship. These experiences can feel devastating, but if we view them through the lens of impermanence, we can see them as transitions rather than endings. They become opportunities to grow, learn, and eventually move towards something new. Living with this mindset doesn't mean we stop caring. It doesn't mean we give up on our dreams or detach from the people we love. Instead, it means we appreciate everything fully without clinging to it. We understand that joy, like sorrow, is part of the ever-changing rhythm of life. How can we practice this? Start by being mindful of the small changes around you. Watch how the sky shifts colors at sunset. Notice how your feelings evolve throughout the day. These tiny reminders of impermanence can help you accept change on a deeper level. Meditation is also a great tool. It teaches us to observe our thoughts and emotions without holding on to them. In embracing impermanence, we discover a profound sense of peace. We stop fighting the natural flow of life and learn to ride its waves with grace. We see that nothing is permanent, and that's okay, because it's this very impermanence that makes life so meaningful. So as we move forward, remember this: the beauty of life lies in its constant state of change. Let go of the need to control or resist it. Instead, open your heart to the flow, and you'll find a deeper sense of freedom and contentment. And now let's dive into the next lesson Zen wisdom has to offer: embracing acceptance. Principle 2. Embracing acceptance. Have you ever found yourself frustrated when life doesn't go as planned? Maybe you were stuck in traffic on an important day, or a project you worked hard on didn't turn out the way you hoped. It's natural to feel upset when things don't align with our expectations. But the truth is, this resistance often adds more to our suffering than the situation itself. This is where the principle of acceptance becomes powerful. In Buddhism, acceptance means fully acknowledging reality as it is, without trying to fight it or wish it were different. It's not about giving up or being passive. Instead, it's about facing life with clarity and strength. Let's break it down in a simple way. Imagine you're standing in the rain without an umbrella. You have two choices. You can get upset, grumble about how unfair it is, and let that ruin your day. Or you can accept that you're wet and decide how to make the best of it. Maybe you laugh at the absurdity of it all, or find a cozy place to dry off. The rain doesn't change, but your response does, and that makes all the difference. When we resist reality, we create a tug of war within ourselves. This inner struggle is exhausting, and it rarely changes the outcome. For example, if you're running late for an important meeting, stressing about it won't make the traffic clear up any faster. Instead, acceptance allows you to shift your focus from frustration to problem solving. You might call ahead to let others know, use the time to plan your next steps, or simply take a few deep breaths to calm down. Acceptance doesn't mean we like everything that happens. It doesn't mean we stop striving to improve ourselves or the world around us. Rather, it means we start from a place of truth, acknowledging what is, and use that as a foundation for thoughtful action. One of the key benefits of acceptance is that it reduces unnecessary suffering. Many of us carry an inner critic that constantly judges our experiences. Why did this happen to me? This is so unfair. Things should have been different. This mindset creates mental stress, keeping us stuck in frustration and disappointment. Acceptance quiets that voice. It allows us to approach situations with a sense of calm, which leads to better decisions and less emotional turmoil. Let's consider a real-life example. Imagine losing a job. It's natural to feel upset, but staying in denial or replaying what-if scenarios in your head won't change what happened. Instead, acceptance helps you face the situation as it is. By accepting that the job is gone, you can redirect your energy toward finding a new opportunity, learning new skills, or even taking a much-needed break. Acceptance empowers you to move forward rather than staying stuck in regret. On a deeper level, acceptance teaches us to stop labeling everything as good or bad. Often, events we perceive as negative turn out to be blessings in disguise. Perhaps losing that job leads to a career you love even more, or a broken relationship teaches you valuable lessons about yourself. When we stop resisting and start embracing life as it unfolds, we open ourselves to growth and unexpected opportunities. How can we practice acceptance? Start small. The next time something doesn't go as planned, a delayed flight, a rude comment, or a change in weather, pause and take a deep breath. Instead of reacting, remind yourself, this is happening. How can I respond in a way that brings me peace? Over time, this practice strengthens your ability to stay calm and grounded, even in bigger challenges. Acceptance isn't about resignation, it's about empowerment. When we embrace life as it is, we stop wasting energy on resistance and start focusing on what truly matters. We gain the clarity to make better choices and the strength to weather life's storms with grace. So as you reflect on this principle, ask yourself, what can I accept today that will bring me peace? When you learn to meet reality with openness and understanding, you'll discover a profound sense of freedom and resilience. Now let's move on to our next lesson in Zen wisdom, cultivating equanimity, the art of staying calm amidst life's ups and downs. Principle 3, cultivating equanimity. Imagine standing in the middle of a storm, yet feeling calm and steady as the winds swirl around you. This is the essence of equanimity, the ability to maintain balance and composure no matter what life throws your way. In Buddhism, equanimity is a vital skill, often referred to as upekkha, or even-mindedness. It's about finding peace in the midst of chaos. But what does this look like in everyday life? Equanimity doesn't mean you stop caring about what happens. It doesn't mean you become indifferent to joy or sorrow. Instead, it means you develop an inner steadiness, a sense of calm that isn't easily shaken by external events. Think of it like being the calm lake beneath a stormy sky. While the surface may ripple, the depths remain undisturbed. Why is equanimity important? Life is full of ups and downs. Some days bring happiness, while others bring disappointment. If we let our emotions ride on every high and low, we end up exhausted, constantly at the mercy of what's happening around us. Equanimity offers a way to step off this emotional roller coaster. It allows us to respond to life's challenges with clarity instead of reacting impulsively. For example, imagine receiving criticism at work. Without equanimity, you might react defensively, letting the criticism ruin your day or even doubting your abilities. But with equanimity, you can pause, evaluate the feedback objectively, and decide if it's something you can learn from, or simply let go if it's unwarranted. This balanced mindset keeps you grounded, no matter how harsh or unfair the critique may seem. How do we develop equanimity? Equanimity is like a muscle. It strengthens with practice. One of the most effective ways to cultivate it is through mindfulness meditation. By sitting quietly and observing your thoughts and emotions without judgment, you begin to see them for what they are, fleeting and impermanent. You realize that feelings of anger, fear, or joy come and go like clouds passing in the sky. This understanding helps you hold on to your inner balance, even when strong emotions arise. Another key to equanimity is understanding the principle of cause and effect, or karma. Buddhism teaches that everything happens as a result of prior actions, and every action creates consequences. When we grasp this, we stop blaming others or circumstances for our struggles. Instead, we focus on responding wisely and with compassion. For instance, if someone's behavior angers you, equanimity helps you step back and see the bigger picture. Maybe they're acting out because of their own pain or challenges, not because of something you did. Living with equanimity. Imagine this. You're waiting in a long line at the grocery store, and the person ahead of you is taking forever to check out. Without equanimity, frustration might bubble up. You start tapping your foot, glancing at your watch, feeling your stress rise. But with equanimity, you pause and remind yourself, this is just a moment in time. It will pass. Instead of reacting, you can use the time to breathe deeply, relax, or even reflect on something positive. On a larger scale, equanimity helps us navigate life's inevitable uncertainties. When we don't cling too tightly to outcomes, whether in our careers, relationships, or personal goals, we become more adaptable. This doesn't mean we stop striving for success or happiness. It means we learn to face setbacks without losing ourselves in despair and to celebrate victories without becoming overly attached to them. Practical steps to build equanimity. Practice mindful breathing. The next time you feel overwhelmed, take 3 slow, deep breaths. Focus on the sensation of your breath as it enters and leaves your body. This simple act can create a moment of calm, allowing you to respond thoughtfully rather than react emotionally. Reflect on impermanence. Remind yourself that every situation, good or bad, is temporary. This perspective can help you let go of frustration during challenging times and savor joyful moments without clinging to them. Pause before reacting. When faced with a stressful situation, pause for a moment. Ask yourself, is this worth my peace? Often, you'll find that the answer is no. Meditate regularly. Spend a few minutes each day practicing mindfulness or loving-kindness meditation. Over time, these practices train your mind to remain steady in the face of life's highs and lows. The gift of equanimity. Equanimity is not about suppressing your emotions. It's about gaining control over how you respond to them. It's the quiet strength that allows you to remain calm amidst the storms of life. With equanimity, you become like a tree with deep roots, able to sway with the wind without being uprooted. As you cultivate this inner balance, you'll find that life's challenges become easier to face. Your relationships will improve, your stress will decrease, and you'll experience a deeper sense of peace. Equanimity empowers you to live with grace, no matter what life throws your way. Now, let's move forward to the next principle, the art of mindfulness, a tool that helps us fully engage with the present moment. Principle 4, practicing mindfulness. Have you ever found yourself eating a meal only to realize you barely tasted it because your mind was elsewhere? Or driven home, but couldn't remember the journey because you were lost in thought? This is the opposite of mindfulness, a state where we are fully present in the moment. In Zen teachings, mindfulness is not just a practice, it's a way of life that grounds us in the here and now. What is mindfulness? Mindfulness is the art of paying deliberate attention to your thoughts, emotions, and surroundings without judgment. It's about being fully engaged with what you're doing, whether it's as simple as drinking a cup of tea or as complex as navigating a difficult conversation. Practicing mindfulness helps us break free from the constant chatter of the mind, allowing us to experience life more vividly and with greater clarity. The beauty of mindfulness is its simplicity. It doesn't require any special tools or environments. It's accessible to everyone, anytime, anywhere. Whether you're walking, working, or even washing dishes, mindfulness invites you to be present and aware. Why is mindfulness important? In today's fast-paced world, our minds are often scattered, jumping between past regrets and future worries. This mental fragmentation keeps us from fully experiencing the present moment, which is the only moment we truly have. Mindfulness helps us reclaim our attention, bringing a sense of calm and focus to our lives. Imagine you're stuck in traffic, feeling frustrated and anxious about being late. Without mindfulness, these feelings can spiral, leading to stress and even anger. But with mindfulness, you pause, take a deep breath, and bring your awareness to the present. You notice the sensation of your hands on the steering wheel, the rhythm of your breath, and the sounds around you. Instead of getting lost in frustration, you accept the situation for what it is and respond with calmness. Mindfulness also helps us connect more deeply with ourselves and others. When we're fully present in a conversation, we listen more attentively, communicate more clearly, and respond with greater empathy. This presence enriches our relationships, creating stronger bonds and more meaningful connections. How do we practice mindfulness? Mindfulness begins with small, intentional steps. Here are a few simple practices to get started. Mindful breathing. Take a few moments each day to focus on your breath. Inhale deeply through your nose, hold for a moment, and exhale slowly through your mouth. Notice the sensation of the air entering and leaving your body. If your mind wanders, gently bring your attention back to your breath. Mindful eating. The next time you eat, put away distractions and focus on your food. Notice the colors, textures, and flavors with each bite. Savor the experience rather than rushing through it. Body scan meditation. Sit or lie down in a comfortable position and bring your attention to each part of your body, starting from your toes and moving upward. Notice any sensations, tension, or relaxation as you go. Mindful walking. While walking, pay attention to the sensation of your feet touching the ground, the rhythm of your steps, and the sights and sounds around you. Walk slowly and intentionally, savoring each step. Mindfulness in daily tasks. Whether you're brushing your teeth, washing dishes, or folding laundry, bring your full attention to the task at hand. Notice the movements, sensations, and sounds involved. The benefits of mindfulness. Practicing mindfulness regularly brings a host of physical, emotional, and mental benefits. Reduce stress. By focusing on the present, mindfulness helps calm the mind, reducing anxiety about the future or regret about the past. Improved focus. Mindfulness sharpens your ability to concentrate, making you more productive and efficient. Emotional balance. It teaches you to observe your emotions without being overwhelmed by them, helping you respond thoughtfully rather than react impulsively. Better relationships. Mindfulness enhances your ability to listen and empathize, fostering deeper connections with others. Greater joy. By fully engaging with the present, you learn to savor life's simple pleasures and find contentment in everyday moments. Living a mindful life. Mindfulness is not something we do once and then forget. It's a way of being that transforms how we experience the world. The more we practice, the easier it becomes to stay grounded, even in challenging situations. Over time, mindfulness creates a ripple effect, enhancing not only your well-being, but also the lives of those around you. For instance, when you're mindful, you're less likely to snap at a loved one during a stressful moment. Instead, you pause, acknowledge your feelings, and choose a compassionate response. This not only improves your relationships, but also brings a sense of harmony to your interactions. A daily practice. Think of mindfulness as a skill, like learning to play an instrument. It requires consistent practice, but the rewards are immeasurable. Start small. Dedicate just 5 minutes a day to being fully present, whether through meditation, mindful breathing, or simply observing your surroundings. Gradually, you'll notice how these moments of mindfulness weave into the fabric of your life, bringing more peace and clarity to everything you do. Mindfulness invites us to live fully, appreciating the beauty in each moment. It helps us step out of autopilot and truly see, hear, and feel the world around us. By embracing this principle, we cultivate a deeper sense of presence and gratitude for life as it unfolds. Next, let's explore the fifth principle, letting go of attachments, a practice that liberates us from unnecessary suffering and opens the door to true freedom. Principle 5, letting go of attachments. Have you ever held on to something so tightly, an idea, a relationship, or even a material possession, that it began to feel like a burden? The more we cling, the heavier it becomes. Letting go of attachments, a cornerstone of Buddhist wisdom, offers us a path to freedom. It doesn't mean we stop caring. It means we shift how we relate to the things we value. What is attachment? In Buddhism, attachment refers to the emotional dependence we place on people, possessions, or outcomes, believing they are essential to our happiness. But because nothing in life is permanent, these attachments often lead to pain when they inevitably change or fade away. It's not the things themselves that cause suffering, it's our refusal to let go. For example, imagine you've planned the perfect vacation. You're excited, but when things don't go as expected, delayed flights, bad weather, you feel frustrated and upset. This disappointment stems from attachment to the idea that everything should unfold a certain way. Letting go means appreciating the trip as it is, rather than clinging to how it should have been. Why letting go brings freedom. When we loosen our grip on attachments, we free ourselves from unnecessary suffering. Consider this. Possessions break, people change, and circumstances shift. By accepting the impermanence of all things, we can still enjoy life's pleasures without being controlled by them. Letting go doesn't mean indifference. It means engaging fully with life while being open to its natural ebb and flow. Take relationships, for instance. Loving someone doesn't mean clinging to them or trying to control their actions. True love thrives when we let go of possessiveness and allow the other person to grow. This creates a healthier, more fulfilling connection where both individuals feel free and valued. Attachment versus connection. It's important to distinguish between attachment and connection. Attachment is about dependence. It says, I need this to be happy. Connection, on the other hand, is about appreciation. It says, I value this, but I am whole without it. When we let go of attachment, we can form deeper, more genuine connections with people and experiences because we're not burdened by fear or expectations. How to let go of attachments. Recognize your attachments. The first step is awareness. Reflect on the areas of your life where you feel overly attached, whether it's a person, an achievement, or a material possession. Ask yourself, am I holding on too tightly? Practice gratitude. Shift your mindset from holding on to appreciating. When you're grateful for what you have without fearing its loss, you begin to release your grip. Embrace impermanence. Remind yourself that change is a natural part of life. This doesn't mean loss is easy, but it helps us navigate it with more peace. Meditate on letting go. In your meditation practice, visualize releasing what you're attached to. Imagine it drifting away like a leaf on a stream. Notice how it feels to let it go and remind yourself that you're still whole without it. Focus on the present moment. Attachment often pulls us into the past or future, worrying about losing what we have or regretting what we've lost. By practicing mindfulness, we can anchor ourselves in the present, appreciating what's here now. A real-life example. Imagine you're deeply attached to your job. While ambition and hard work are important, attachment might cause you to feel anxious about every small setback, fearful that your identity is tied to your career success. By letting go, you can still strive for excellence, but without letting outcomes define your worth. This mindset makes you more adaptable and resilient, able to face challenges without being overwhelmed. The liberation of letting go. When we let go of attachments, we make room for something profound, freedom. We no longer feel the constant pressure to control every aspect of our lives. Instead, we learn to flow with life's changes, finding joy in what is, rather than longing for what was or fearing what might be. Think about the serenity of an open hand versus the tension of a clenched fist. Letting go softens our grip on life. allowing us to experience it with greater ease and authenticity. This doesn't mean we stop caring. It means we can love, work, and live more fully without being weighed down by fear or expectation. Living with openness. Letting go of attachment is not about rejecting life's joys. It's about embracing them without clinging. It allows us to savor what we have while being open to change. Imagine enjoying a beautiful sunset. You don't try to freeze it in time. You simply bask in its beauty, knowing it will pass. This mindset brings peace, helping us face life's impermanence with grace. As we move forward, reflect on this. What are you holding on to that's weighing you down? What would it feel like to release it? By letting go, you create space for growth, joy, and a deeper sense of freedom. Next, we'll explore the principle of non-attachment, a practice that teaches us how to engage with life fully while maintaining our inner peace. Principle 6. Living with non-attachment. Imagine walking through a garden, admiring the vibrant flowers. You enjoy their beauty, but you don't feel the need to pluck them all and carry them with you. This is the essence of non-attachment, a way of living where we can fully appreciate life without being weighed down by the fear of loss or the need to control. Non-attachment doesn't mean withdrawing from life or becoming indifferent. It means engaging deeply with people, experiences, and things while maintaining the understanding that everything is temporary. This practice frees us from the emotional highs and lows that often come with clinging to specific outcomes. What is non-attachment? In Buddhism, non-attachment is about recognizing that our happiness doesn't depend on external circumstances. It's the wisdom of knowing that while life's joys and challenges are inevitable, they don't define our inner peace. For example, imagine you're striving for a promotion at work. If you're attached to the idea of getting it, you may experience stress and disappointment if things don't go your way. But with non-attachment, you can work hard toward your goal while remaining open to whatever outcome arises. This approach allows you to do your best without being consumed by anxiety or regret. The difference between non-attachment and indifference. A common misconception is that non-attachment means not caring. On the contrary, non-attachment allows us to care more deeply, but without fear or dependency. It's the difference between holding a bird gently in your hands versus gripping it so tightly that you harm it. When we practice non-attachment, we can love and appreciate fully while accepting that change is a natural part of life. For instance, in relationships, non-attachment means valuing the connection while allowing the other person the freedom to grow and change. This creates healthier, more fulfilling bonds rooted in respect and understanding. How does non-attachment benefit us? Non-attachment brings a sense of freedom and balance to our lives. Here's how. Emotional stability. By not tying our happiness to specific outcomes, we can navigate life's ups and downs with greater composure. Better relationships. Non-attachment reduces possessiveness and fear, allowing us to build deeper, more genuine connections. Increased joy. When we're not clinging to the past or worrying about the future, we can fully enjoy the present moment. Resilience. Non-attachment helps us adapt to change more easily, making us stronger in the face of life's uncertainties. Practicing non-attachment. Focus on the present. Non-attachment begins with mindfulness. Practice being fully present in your daily activities without getting caught up in what might happen next. Whether it's enjoying a meal or spending time with loved ones, savor the moment without trying to hold on to it. Reflect on impermanence. Regularly remind yourself that everything in life is temporary. This awareness helps you appreciate what you have without fearing its eventual change or loss. Let go of expectations. While it's natural to have goals, try to release the need for specific outcomes. Instead, focus on the effort you're putting in, trusting that things will unfold as they're meant to. Practice gratitude. Cultivating gratitude shifts your focus from what you lack to what you already have. This mindset reduces the need to cling to more. Meditate on non-attachment. During meditation, visualize letting go of what you're holding on to, whether it's a fear, desire, or expectation. Imagine yourself free, open, and at peace. A simple example of non-attachment. Imagine enjoying a cup of tea. With attachment, you might focus on finishing the cup quickly, worrying about running out, or wishing it were something else. But with non-attachment, you savor each sip, appreciating its warmth, flavor, and the moment of calm it brings. When the tea is gone, you let it go, knowing the experience was enough. Living fully with non-attachment. Non-attachment isn't about distancing yourself from life. It's about freeing yourself from the chains of dependency and fear. When you practice non-attachment, you can pursue your goals, nurture relationships, and enjoy life's pleasures while staying grounded in the understanding that nothing lasts forever, and that's okay. Think of non-attachment as an anchor. It keeps you steady in the ever-changing tides of life, helping you navigate challenges with calm and resilience. It also allows you to fully embrace life's joys without the fear of losing them, creating a sense of freedom and peace. Moving forward with non-attachment. Ask yourself, what am I holding on to too tightly? What would it feel like to loosen my grip and life flow naturally? By practicing non-attachment, you create space for growth, joy, and a deeper connection to the present moment. Next, we'll explore the seventh principle, cultivating compassion, a practice that deepens our connection to others and ourselves. Principle 7, cultivating compassion. Imagine seeing someone stumble and fall. Your instinct might be to reach out and help them stand again. This simple act of care is the essence of compassion, a genuine desire to alleviate the suffering of others. In Buddhism, compassion is considered a cornerstone of spiritual growth, a practice that deepens our connection with others and fosters inner peace. Compassion isn't limited to grand gestures or heroic acts. It's found in small, everyday moments, a kind word, a listening ear, or even a smile. It's about seeing others' struggles, understanding their pain, and responding with empathy. What is compassion? At its core, compassion is the ability to see others suffering and feel moved to help. It goes beyond sympathy, which is simply feeling sorry for someone. Compassion is active. It inspires us to ease the burden of others, even in small ways. But here's the twist. Compassion also extends to ourselves. Often, we are quick to judge or criticize ourselves when we make mistakes or face challenges. Cultivating compassion means treating ourselves with the same kindness and understanding we would offer to a friend. This self-compassion is just as important as caring for others, as it creates a foundation of inner strength and resilience. Why is compassion important? Compassion connects us. It reminds us that we're all human, facing struggles that may not always be visible. When we approach others with empathy rather than judgment, we create deeper, more meaningful relationships. Compassion also reduces anger and frustration. For example, imagine someone cuts in front of you in line. Without compassion, you might react with irritation, assuming they're selfish. But with compassion, you might pause and consider that they could be rushing to help someone in need. This shift in perspective not only calms your emotions, but also fosters understanding. For yourself, practicing compassion helps break the cycle of self-criticism. Instead of beating yourself up over a mistake, you learn to say, "It's okay, I'm human, and I can learn from this." This kindness toward yourself builds emotional resilience, allowing you to navigate life's challenges with greater ease. How to cultivate compassion? Start with empathy. Put yourself in others' shoes. When someone acts in a way you don't understand, ask yourself, what might they be going through? This practice helps you respond with care instead of judgment. Practice loving kindness, meditation. This Buddhist practice involves sending thoughts of love and goodwill to yourself, loved ones, acquaintances, and even those you find challenging. Repeat phrases like, "May you be happy," "May you be healthy," "May you find peace." Be present. Compassion grows when we truly listen. Whether a friend is venting or a stranger shares their story, give them your full attention without interrupting or offering solutions. Sometimes, just being there is enough. Forgive yourself. Acknowledge your own imperfections and offer yourself the same forgiveness you'd extend to others. Self-compassion is key to being able to fully show up for others. Perform small acts of kindness. Compassion doesn't need to be dramatic. A simple gesture, like holding the door for someone, sharing a compliment, or helping a neighbor, can have a big impact. Living with compassion. Compassion isn't just about helping others. It transforms how we see the world. When we approach life with a compassionate heart, we stop seeing people as adversaries or obstacles. Instead, we recognize that we're all in this together, navigating the joys and struggles of life side by side. For instance, when someone is rude or impatient, compassion helps you see beyond their actions. Maybe they're having a bad day or dealing with challenges you can't see. This doesn't excuse harmful behavior, but it helps you respond calmly rather than reacting with anger. Compassion also creates a ripple effect. When you show kindness to someone, they're more likely to pass it on, creating a chain of positive actions that can uplift entire communities. Compassion for yourself. Don't forget to direct compassion inward. Many of us are harder on ourselves than anyone else. The next time you face a setback, try speaking to yourself the way to a close friend. Say something like, "I made a mistake, but I can grow from this. I'm doing my best, and that's enough." Self-compassion doesn't make you weak. It makes you stronger, more resilient, and better equipped to support others. The gift of compassion. Compassion is a gift you give both to others and to yourself. It breaks down barriers, fosters understanding, and brings a sense of peace to your interactions. By cultivating compassion, you create a more harmonious world, starting within your own heart. Take a moment to reflect. How can I bring more compassion into my life today? Whether it's reaching out to a friend in need, offering yourself some grace, or simply smiling at a stranger, every act of compassion makes a difference. Now let's move on to the 8th principle, surrendering to the flow of life, a practice that teaches us to trust in life's natural rhythm and embrace change with grace. Principle 8, surrendering to the flow of life. Have you ever tried to swim against a strong current, only to exhaust yourself with little progress? Life can feel that way when we resist its natural rhythm, when we try to control everything or cling to how things should be. Surrendering to the flow of life is about letting go of this struggle and trusting the process. It's a principle that invites us to stop resisting, start adapting, and embrace life as it unfolds. What does it mean to surrender? Surrendering doesn't mean giving up or being passive. Instead, it's about recognizing what's beyond your control and letting go of the need to fight it. It's the wisdom of knowing when to act and when to let life take its course. This shift frees you from the stress and frustration of trying to micromanage every aspect of your existence. For instance, imagine planning a picnic only for it to rain on the day. Without surrender, you might feel upset, blaming yourself for poor planning or lamenting your bad luck. But surrendering means accepting the situation and finding another way to enjoy the day, perhaps moving the picnic indoors or simply appreciating the rain's beauty. Why is surrendering important? Life is inherently unpredictable. No matter how carefully we plan, unexpected changes are bound to happen. When we cling too tightly to specific outcomes, we set ourselves up for stress and disappointment. Surrendering allows us to adapt with grace, turning obstacles into opportunities and chaos into growth. Take relationships, for example. We might hold on to a vision of how a partner or friend should behave, which can lead to constant conflict and frustration. But by surrendering, we accept them as they are, fostering deeper understanding and harmony. Surrendering also helps us stay present. Instead of being caught up in regrets about the past or anxieties about the future, we can fully engage with the now. This brings clarity and calm, allowing us to respond to life's challenges more thoughtfully. How to surrender to life's flow. Recognize what you can't control. Reflect on the situations in your life causing you stress. Ask yourself, can I truly control this? If the answer is no, practice letting it go. Practice mindfulness. Mindfulness anchors you in the present, helping you observe life as it is rather than how you think it should be. Regular mindfulness practice builds your ability to accept and adapt. Trust the bigger picture. Life often has a way of working out in unexpected ways. Even setbacks can lead to growth or open new doors. Trusting this natural flow helps ease the fear of uncertainty. Focus on your actions, not the outcome. While you can't control how things turn out, you can control how you show up. Give your best effort and let go of the need to force specific results. Cultivate patience. Surrendering requires patience, trusting that things will unfold in their own time. Instead of rushing or forcing, allow yourself to move with life's rhythm. A real-life example of surrender. Imagine losing a job. It's natural to feel fear or frustration, especially if it was unexpected. But rather than dwelling on what's lost, surrendering means accepting the situation and focusing on what you can do next. Perhaps this is an opportunity to explore a new career path, learn a skill, or take a needed break. By letting go of resistance, you open yourself to new possibilities. The freedom in surrender. Surrendering to life's flow is liberating. It frees you from the weight of constant control and allows you to move with ease and flexibility. Think of it like floating in a river. Instead of fighting the current, you let it carry you forward, trusting that you'll reach where you're meant to go. Surrendering also strengthens your resilience. When you stop resisting change, you're better equipped to handle it. Challenges become less overwhelming, and you're able to approach them with a calm, focused mind, living in harmony with life. Surrendering doesn't mean you stop striving for your goals. It means balancing effort with acceptance. You work hard, but you're not consumed by the need for things to go exactly as planned. This balance allows you to enjoy the journey, even when it takes unexpected turns. Ask yourself, what am I resisting in my life right now? What would it feel like to let go and trust the process? By embracing this principle, you create space for peace, growth, and the unexpected joys of life. Next, let's explore the ninth principle, embodying gratitude, a practice that shifts our focus to the abundance in life and deepens our sense of fulfillment. Principle 9, embodying gratitude. Have you ever stopped to truly appreciate the warmth of sunlight on your face, the comforting sound of a loved one's voice, or the simple joy of a quiet moment? These everyday blessings often go unnoticed, yet they hold the key to a richer, more peaceful life. Gratitude is the practice of recognizing and appreciating these gifts, both big and small, and it has the power to transform our outlook on life. Gratitude isn't just about saying thank you. It's about cultivating a mindset that focuses on abundance rather than lack. When we embody gratitude, we shift our perspective, finding joy in the present and contentment in what we already have. Why is gratitude important? In our fast-paced lives, it's easy to focus on what's missing, what we didn't achieve, what went wrong, or what others have that we don't. This mindset breeds dissatisfaction and keeps us chasing an elusive sense of fulfillment. Gratitude, on the other hand, turns our attention to what is rather than what isn't. It invites us to celebrate life as it is, creating a profound sense of peace and joy. For example, think about a time when you were caught in traffic. It's natural to feel frustrated, but gratitude shifts the focus. Instead of grumbling about the delay, you might appreciate the music playing in your car, the safety of the vehicle you're driving, or the chance to take a breather. This simple reframing can completely change how you experience the moment. How does gratitude transform our lives? Improves mental well-being. Gratitude reduces stress, anxiety, and depression by helping us focus on the positive aspects of life. It encourages us to see challenges as opportunities for growth rather than obstacles. Strengthens relationships. When we express gratitude toward others, it deepens our connections. A heartfelt thank you can strengthen bonds and foster mutual respect and appreciation. Enhances resilience. Gratitude helps us navigate difficult times. By focusing on what we still have, rather than what we've lost, we find strength to move forward with hope. Increases happiness. Gratitude shifts our focus from scarcity to abundance. When we acknowledge the good in our lives, we feel more fulfilled and content. Practicing gratitude. Gratitude isn't something that happens automatically. It's a skill that grows with practice. Here are some simple ways to bring gratitude into your daily life. Keep a gratitude journal. Each day, write down 3 things you're grateful for. They don't have to be monumental. Small joys, like a kind smile or a delicious meal, are just as meaningful. Express. Thanks to others. Take the time to tell someone you appreciate them, whether it's a friend, colleague, or family member. A simple thank you can brighten their day and strengthen your connection. Practice mindful gratitude. Throughout your day, pause to notice the good things around you. It could be the beauty of nature, the comfort of your home, or even the feeling of being alive. Reframe challenges. When faced with a difficulty, try to find something positive in the situation. What lesson can you learn? What strength are you building? This doesn't mean ignoring pain, but balancing it with an appreciation for the growth it brings. Meditate on gratitude. In your meditation practice, Focus on the things you're thankful for. Let the feeling of gratitude fill your heart and carry it with you throughout the day. A simple example of gratitude. Imagine it's raining on your day off. Without gratitude, you might feel annoyed, thinking of all the outdoor plans you've canceled. But with gratitude, you might shift your focus. You appreciate the coziness of being indoors, the sound of raindrops on the window, or the nourishment the rain brings to the earth. The rain hasn't changed, but your experience of it has. Living with gratitude. Embodying gratitude doesn't mean ignoring life's challenges or pretending everything is perfect. It means holding space for both joy and pain, recognizing the blessings that coexist with the difficulties. Gratitude helps us see that even in our darkest moments, there is light to be found. When we live with gratitude, we become more present, more generous, and more at peace. We stop taking life for granted and start cherishing the beauty of what's already here. A challenge for you. Take a moment today to reflect. What am I grateful for right now? It could be as simple as a warm cup of tea, a supportive friend, or the ability to read this message. Write it down, speak it aloud, or just hold it in your heart. Let this practice remind you of the abundance in your life. Next, we'll explore the 10th principle, practicing self-compassion, a practice that teaches us to treat ourselves with the same kindness we extend to others. Principle 10, practicing self-compassion. We often hear the phrase, be kind to others, but how often do we hear, be kind to yourself? Self-compassion is about treating yourself with the same care, understanding, and support that you would offer a close friend during difficult times. It's a practice that acknowledges your humanity, embraces your imperfections, and fosters resilience in the face of life's challenges. What is self-compassion? Self-compassion begins with recognizing that everyone experiences setbacks, makes mistakes, and has moments of struggle. These experiences are part of being human. They don't make you less worthy or capable. Instead of judging yourself harshly for these moments, self-compassion encourages you to respond with kindness and understanding. Imagine a friend who's upset after making a mistake. Would you criticize them, saying, "How could you mess up like that?" Probably not. Instead, you'd likely comfort them, saying, "It's okay. Everyone makes mistakes. You'll get through this." Self-compassion means offering yourself that same gentle support. Why is self-compassion important? Many of us hold ourselves to impossibly high standards, berating ourselves when we fall short. This inner critic can fuel stress, anxiety, and even feelings of unworthiness. Self-compassion, on the other hand, nurtures emotional well-being. It helps us navigate challenges with greater ease and strengthens our resilience. Here's why self-compassion matters. Reduces stress and anxiety. By silencing the inner critic, self-compassion allows you to face difficulties without adding self-inflicted pressure. Boosts resilience. When you're kind to yourself, you're better equipped to bounce back from setbacks. Enhances emotional health. Self-compassion fosters self-acceptance, reducing feelings of shame or inadequacy. Improves relationships. When you treat yourself kindly, you're more likely to extend that kindness to others, creating deeper connections. How to practice self-compassion. Notice your inner dialogue. Pay attention to how you speak to yourself. Are your words kind and encouraging or critical and harsh? If it's the latter, pause and ask, would I say this to a friend? Replace judgmental thoughts with supportive ones. Acknowledge your struggles. When you're feeling overwhelmed, remind yourself that it's okay to struggle. Say to yourself, this is hard, but I'm doing my best, and that's enough. Practice self-soothing. Comfort yourself during tough times. This might mean taking a walk, meditating, journaling, or simply wrapping yourself in a blanket and taking deep breaths. Set healthy boundaries. Self-compassion includes protecting your energy. Learn to say no when needed and prioritize activities that nourish your well-being. Engage in loving-kindness meditation. In this practice, repeat phrases like, may I be happy, may I be healthy, may I find peace. This reinforces feelings of self-love and acceptance. An example of self-compassion. Imagine you've had a difficult day at work and feel like you didn't perform your best. Without self-compassion, you might replay the mistakes in your mind, thinking, I'm terrible at this. Why can't I do better? But with self-compassion, you'd pause and say, today was tough, but it's okay. I'm human, and I can learn from this. Tomorrow is a new day. living with self-compassion. Self-compassion doesn't mean ignoring your responsibilities or avoiding personal growth. It means approaching challenges with a mindset of kindness and understanding. Instead of being paralyzed by fear of failure, you become empowered to learn, grow, and try again. When you practice self-compassion, you build a foundation of inner strength and resilience. This doesn't just benefit you, it radiates outward, influencing how you interact with others. By being kind to yourself, you become a source of calm and encouragement for those around you, a challenge for you. The next time you face a difficult moment, pause and ask yourself, how can I be kind to myself right now? Maybe it's offering yourself a comforting word, taking a break, or simply reminding yourself that it's okay to struggle. Notice how this shift in mindset feels and how it impacts your ability to move forward. Next, let's delve into the 11th principle, finding joy in simplicity, a practice that reminds us to embrace life's small, meaningful moments. Principle 11, finding joy in simplicity. In a world that often equates happiness with more possessions, more achievements, more distractions, it's easy to overlook the profound joy found in simplicity. Finding joy in simplicity is about slowing down, appreciating what truly matters, and uncovering happiness in the small, meaningful moments of life. This principle invites us to strip away the excess and reconnect with the beauty of the present. It's not about deprivation or living with nothing. It's about living with intention, focusing on what enriches your life rather than what clutters it. What is simplicity? Simplicity isn't about giving up comfort or abandoning ambition. It's about prioritizing quality over quantity, meaning over materialism. Living simply means choosing experiences, relationships, and actions that align with your values while letting go of what feels unnecessary or burdensome. For instance, think about a busy day filled with meetings, errands, and obligations. Amid the rush, you may barely notice the warm sunshine or the smile of a stranger. Simplicity encourages you to pause, breathe, and savor these fleeting moments. Why is simplicity important? In a culture that glorifies busyness and accumulation, simplicity offers a refreshing counterbalance. It helps us reduce stress. By decluttering our lives, physically, mentally, and emotionally, we create space for peace and clarity. Appreciate the present. Simplicity grounds us in the now, helping us find joy in life's everyday moments. Focus on what matters. When we're not chasing after more, we can direct our energy toward relationships, passions, and activities that truly fulfill us. Cultivate contentment. Simplicity shifts our focus from scarcity to abundance, allowing us to feel grateful for what we already have. How to embrace simplicity. Declutter your space. Start with your physical surroundings. Let go of items you no longer use or need. Create an environment that feels calming and inspiring. Simplify your schedule. Evaluate your commitments and prioritize what truly matters. Say no to activities that drain your energy or don't align with your goals. Practice mindful living. Engage fully in the present moment. Whether it's enjoying a meal, walking in nature, or spending time with loved ones, give your full attention to what you're doing. Focus on experiences, not things. Invest in moments that create lasting memories rather than accumulating material possessions. A heartfelt conversation or a peaceful walk often brings more joy than buying something new. Adopt a gratitude practice. Reflect on the simple blessings in your life: a warm cup of tea, the laughter of a friend, or the beauty of a sunset. Gratitude deepens your appreciation for life's small joys. An example of joy in simplicity. Imagine sitting quietly in a garden, listening to the rustle of leaves and the chirping of birds. You're not multitasking or scrolling on your phone, just being present. In this moment, simplicity allows you to connect with the natural world, finding peace and joy in its rhythm. The beauty of living simplicity doesn't mean giving up on dreams or aspirations. It means pursuing them with focus and clarity, free from distractions. It's about valuing depth over breadth, cherishing what you have rather than always seeking what's next. By embracing simplicity, you create space to nurture relationships, explore passions, and fully experience life. You begin to see that joy doesn't come from adding more, it comes from appreciating enough. A challenge for you. Take a moment today to simplify one aspect of your life. Maybe you organize a cluttered drawer. turn off your phone during dinner, or spend 5 minutes quietly observing your surroundings. Notice how these small acts of simplicity bring calm and joy to your day. Next, we'll explore the 12th principle, nurturing inner stillness, a practice that helps us find peace amidst life's noise and distractions. Principle 12, nurturing inner stillness. In the midst of life's noise, the constant notifications, endless to-do lists, and ceaseless chatter of our thoughts, it's easy to feel overwhelmed and disconnected. Nurturing inner stillness is the practice of creating a calm, quiet space within yourself, a sanctuary untouched by the chaos of the outside world. This stillness isn't just about silence, it's about finding peace, clarity, and strength, no matter what's happening around you. What is inner stillness? Inner stillness is a state of mental and emotional calm where we are free from the constant turbulence of our thoughts and external distractions. It's a place of deep connection with the present moment, where clarity replaces confusion and peace replaces anxiety. This practice doesn't require perfect conditions or hours of meditation. It's about cultivating small moments of quiet in your day, allowing you to pause, reflect, and reset. Why is inner stillness important? In a world that demands our attention at every turn, inner stillness serves as an anchor. It helps us reduce stress. By stepping back from the noise, we can calm our minds and regulate our emotions. Enhance focus. Stillness sharpens our ability to concentrate and make thoughtful decisions. Foster resilience. It provides a steady foundation, helping us navigate challenges with grace and composure. Deepen self-awareness. In the quiet, we can hear our inner voice, uncovering insights about ourselves and our needs. Inner stillness isn't about escaping life. It's about facing it with a clear, balanced mind. How to nurture inner stillness practice. Mindful breathing. Take a few moments each day to focus on your breath. Inhale deeply, hold for a moment, and exhale slowly. This simple practice grounds you in the present and calms your mind. Create quiet moments. Set aside time for stillness, even if it's just 5 minutes. Turn off your devices, close your eyes, and simply be. Spend time in nature. Nature has a unique way of quieting the mind. Whether it's walking in a park, sitting by the ocean, or observing a tree, these moments can restore your sense of peace. Engage in meditation. Meditation doesn't have to be complicated. Simply sit comfortably, focus on your breath, and let your thoughts come and go without judgment. Over time, this practice strengthens your ability to access inner stillness. Simplify your environment. A cluttered space often leads to a cluttered mind. Create a calm, orderly environment that invites relaxation. An example of inner stillness. Imagine you've had a long, stressful day. Instead of diving into distractions like scrolling through your phone, you decide to sit quietly for a few minutes. You close your eyes, take slow breaths, and let your thoughts settle like dust in still water. In this brief pause, you feel your tension ease and your mind clear. That's the power of inner stillness. The gift of stillness. Inner stillness is not just a practice, it's a way of being. It allows you to approach life's chaos with calm, to listen deeply to yourself and others, and to find strength in moments of uncertainty. This stillness becomes a refuge, a place where you can reconnect with your true self and recharge. Living with inner stillness doesn't mean avoiding life's challenges. It means facing them with a steady heart and a clear mind. It's about responding thoughtfully rather than reacting impulsively, creating space for wisdom and compassion. A challenge for you today: carve out a moment of stillness. Maybe it's during your morning coffee, a quiet walk, or a brief pause before bed. Let yourself simply be, without judgment or expectation. Notice how this moment of stillness feels and how it changes your perspective. Next, we'll explore the 13th principle, honoring non-attachment, a practice that frees us from unnecessary burdens and allows us to engage with life more fully. Principle 13, honoring non-attachment. Imagine holding a handful of sand. The tighter you squeeze, the more it slips through your fingers. But if you hold it gently, it stays in your palm. This is the essence of non-attachment, a way of engaging with life that allows us to cherish its beauty without the suffering that comes from clinging too tightly to people, possessions, or outcomes. Non-attachment isn't about detachment or indifference. It's about freedom. Freedom from the fear of loss, the stress of control, and the pain of unmet expectations. By practicing non-attachment, we can live more fully, savoring life's experiences without being weighed down by their impermanence. What is non-attachment? Non-attachment is the practice of appreciating and engaging with life while understanding that nothing is permanent. It's a mindset that allows us to love deeply, pursue goals passionately, and enjoy life's pleasures, all while accepting that change is inevitable. For example, think of a beautiful sunset. If you try to capture it by taking endless photos or wishing it would last forever, you miss the experience. But if you simply watch, fully present, you enjoy its beauty without the need to hold on to it. This is non-attachment. Why is non-attachment important? Attachment is often the root of suffering. We cling to relationships, success, or possessions, believing they define our happiness. But when these things inevitably change or fade, we feel pain. Non-attachment doesn't mean we stop caring. It means we stop clinging, allowing us to navigate life's changes with grace and resilience. Here's how non-attachment benefits us. Reduces suffering. By letting go of the need for things to stay the same, we free ourselves from the pain of resisting change. Enhances joy. Non-attachment allows us to savor life's moments without the fear of losing them. Strengthens relationships. When we release possessiveness, our relationships become healthier and more genuine. Fosters resilience. Non-attachment helps us adapt to life's ups and downs, finding peace even in uncertainty. How to practice non-attachment. Recognize impermanence. Remind yourself that everything in life is temporary. This awareness helps you appreciate the present without clinging to it. Let go of control. Reflect on areas where you're trying to force outcomes. Practice releasing this need for control and trust life's natural flow. Focus on effort, not results. Work towards your goals with dedication, but let go of the need for specific outcomes. Celebrate the process rather than fixating on the end result. Meditate on non-attachment. Visualize releasing something you're holding on to, whether it's a fear, desire, or expectation. Imagine it drifting away like a leaf on a stream. Love without possession. In relationships, appreciate and support others without trying to control or own them. Allow them the freedom to grow and change. A real-life example of non-attachment. Imagine a parent watching their child leave for college. While attachment might lead to fear or sadness about the separation, non-attachment allows the parent to embrace this change with love and pride. They cherish their relationship while trusting their child to navigate their own path. Living fully through non-attachment. Non-attachment doesn't mean you stop caring. It means you care deeply without being consumed by fear or dependency. It's about holding life with open hands, ready to give and receive without clinging or grasping. Think of a bird perched on your finger. If you hold it gently, it stays. If you grip too tightly, it flies away. Non-attachment allows us to engage with life fully, appreciating its beauty without being weighed down by its impermanence. A challenge for you today. Reflect on one area of your life where you feel attached, whether it's a relationship, a goal, or a material possession. Ask yourself, what would it feel like to loosen my grip? How can I engage with this part of my life more freely? Notice how this shift creates space for peace and joy. As we come to the end of this journey through the principles of Zen wisdom, let's reflect on what we've discovered. Each principle, whether it's understanding impermanence, practicing self-compassion, or nurturing inner stillness, offers us a path to greater peace, resilience, and fulfillment. Together, these teachings guide us to live with intention, embrace life's changes, and connect deeply with ourselves and others. Zen wisdom reminds us that life is a series of fleeting moments, each precious in its own way. By applying these principles, we can transform how we experience the world, not as a struggle to control or achieve, but as an opportunity to grow, connect, and savor the beauty of now. The path of Zen wisdom is not reserved for monks or philosophers. It's for anyone who seeks a more peaceful and balanced life. These principles are your tools, helping you face challenges with grace, nurture meaningful relationships, and find joy in simplicity. Your next step now, I encourage you to take these lessons and apply them to your daily life. Start small. Practice gratitude. Take a moment of stillness, or let go of a single attachment. Each step brings you closer to a life of inner peace and fulfillment. If these teachings resonate with you, let's continue this journey together. Subscribe to OM Wisdom, to explore more insights, stories, and practices that inspire a life of mindfulness, purpose, and serenity. Thank you for being part of this exploration. I wish you peace, joy, and balance on your path. Remember, the journey itself is the destination. Let's walk it together.